Welcome back, everybody, to the Pokémon SoulSilver playthrough. This is part 12, and welcome to the first part in glorious VGA Poppy Bright. If you couldn't tell, the color on this video is absolutely stunning. Basically what I did is I switched the emulator brightness, to whatever it was. Yeah, I picked the wrong thing. To VGA Poppy Bright, and that actually makes the video a little darker and a lot more colorful, and it just looks plain awesome. I mean, it looked good before, but now it just looks great. Anyway, finally getting around to those couple of things that I meant to do with Hoppip, Fluffer, giving him the Miracle Seed, of course, and teaching him Bullet Seed. Yeah, about time. You know, gotta get rid of something useless. I wonder what. Yeah, let's go with Tackle. Okay. So basically, I mean, there's no real point in me keeping Tackle, especially over Bullet Seed, because, you know, he gets that good old stab, that same type attack bonus. If a Pokemon of one type uses an attack of the same type, it gets a boost of, I believe it's 50% more damage. So yeah, it looks like this guy lost some Farfetch'd. No, that's terrible. Wait a minute, you want me to do it? Well, I guess I might as well. I've been helping everybody all over the place as of late. So yeah, this part definitely a lot more different than the original games. Not only in the fact that there's twigs here, and that you have to actually sneak up from behind them and catch them. There's actually two Farfetch'd. There was only one in the original. So this part is sort of like puzzle-ish. So, you know, they wanted to make it a little bit more of a brain teaser. Repel's effect wore off. I should probably do something about that. Yeah, I don't really want to run into the Pokemon here. This is pretty much just like a dungeon. No matter where you step, you will have a chance of running into a wild Pokemon. And unfortunately, in the Ilex Forest, they are very weak. And it's just it's a time waster. So, yeah, so basically the trick is to get them to face away from you and then catch them. So for this part, you gotta be a little sneaky, and you gotta, well, approach him from the front a few times, make him run around. Okay. And just keep on going, and make sure then he goes up to that part. What do I mean, make sure? Anyway, then he goes up to that part, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, you know what, there's a little pathway here. There we go. He turns that way, run around, or just walk around, you know, awfully slowly, and then get him from behind, just like that. Gotcha, you little sneaky little jerk face. Crazy Farfetch'd. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty awesome like that. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you probably should get a badge. Maybe then you wouldn't fail. Yeah. My Far and Fetched. Is that actually what he called them? Oh, God. And I thought my nicknames for Pokemon were pretty insane. Anyway, first HM of the entire playthrough, that's Cut, of course. Very useful, cutting down small trees. But first, oh no, Repel's back 4, walk right away! There we go. Okay, so running back actually to Azalea Town, to where those guys that I just talked to actually live. These are the charcoal makers, of course. Go into their house after you get the Farfetch'd, and if you talk to them, they will actually give you one of their fancy charcoals. And that charcoal actually fires up fire-type attacks when given to a Pokemon to hold. And, well, as if it's some kind of surprise, I'm going to give it to Fireball, because, you know, he's pretty fired up. Alrighty then. So a couple of things I wanted to mention, actually. That random time skip I had in Part 10, which I mentioned in Part 11, also included level-ups for my other Pokemon. I completely forgot about it. Now that I think about it, halfway through Part 10, it was supposed to be the start of Part 11, so it was a big video edit, and I totally forgot about the level ups. That's why Bats in Video Games actually has Bite now. And speaking of new moves, gotta give Fireball Cut, because apparently he's the only one that can learn it. And there's no reason for me not to get rid of Tackle. I mean, like, if I got rid of Leer, why would I want Tackle and Cut? That's just pointless. You know, I'm not gonna use both of them. So I'm going to buy some more of those fancy repels that I love for the forest. And a couple other things. Thank you to Mechasonic99 and Captain Zeph for telling me about VJ Poppy Bright. I actually did not want to do it at first because I mean, like I said, it looked good as it was. I didn't really think it needed a darkness switch, because one of them actually told me that it would increase the darkness, and I didn't really need that. I just figured that, like, it looked normal when I was running it through, editing it in Sony Vegas, but then when I saved it through Sony Vegas, then it got, like, brighter. So I just figured, oh, it's just Sony Vegas, it's no big deal. But no, this looks a lot better. And also, that's it. That's it. Okay, so using cut down fancy trees. The first cut down tree of the playthrough. This is a very, very big moment. Now, this is a tribute to the shrine, the Forest Protector, a shrine. And if anybody has watched Pokemon Forever, I'm sure you can guess who that Pokemon is. So, oh, that's right, yeah, it tells you that the forest is so overgrown that there are items randomly around the place, and I remember that there's a hidden item right there. So I got it. Okay, random time skip, just because I can. Oh, look, a fancy antidote. I love those, because they're useful. Okay, now I'm going to take a little break and do some fishing. What am I fishing for? Let's find out after this fancy cutscene. Hey, look at the fancy Poliwag. Speeding this up, because, well, we've already seen Poliwag before. Get you mad, some fancy experience in battling and all that kind of crazy, kooky, wacky, nutty stuff. Yeah, just trying to delay time until I actually do this. Yeah, Poliwag, get in my fancy heal ball, because I tell you to. 2, 3, you're done! Got you! 7th Pokemon of the playthrough, Poliwag, in a heal ball. Now, the reason why I actually threw a heal ball at it is because, well, not because I wanted to actually heal it. Of course, the thing on the bottom does not change because my team's full, so it goes to the PC. But because I wanted just a different Pokeball. Now, what am I going to call this fancy Poliwag? Tartard. Yeah. That's the first time I actually said that out loud. The reason why is because, well, Tartard is actually Poliwrath's name in French. And, I was just looking up nicknames for my Pokemon, and I thought that was so perfect because it has the word tard in it. Why not? Alright, so nothing there. Tartard. And also tartar, like tartar sauce. Everybody loves that, except for me. I'm not really much of a fish fan. Hey, there was one of those ladies that we talked to, but you know what? We're going to run down here and check out what's going on here. What the? Oh, that guy's doing... Oh, he's doing inappropriate things to those trees. I better put a stop to this. What are you doing? Oh, you're shaking trees. Is that what they're calling it nowadays? Huh. Well, fancy. Well, as long as you're in the giving mood, I might as well give Red Ranger a fancy new attack. Headbutt, of course. The thing about this guy is actually... Oh, God, that was a no-brainer. Just get rid of Tackle. The thing about this guy is that in the original games, he would just give you a TM to teach your Pokemon Headbutt. But this time, you can actually talk to him as many times as you want, and every time, he will teach one of the Pokemon in your party Headbutt. And it was kind of confusing, because it doesn't say, like, able or unable. But, I just figured, whatever. I'm pretty sure, like, almost any Pokemon can learn this. Anyway, so I tested it out, and nothing happened. So that was great, Great idea. Magikarp, what do you think of this? He's playing around with a leaf. Yeah, I don't see how that's really gonna work out since he's a fish. Hey, kimono lady. The kimono girl. Oh, she's lost. But she's still dancing around, so I'm sure she's doing just fine. Okay, apparently she's not the same one from Violet City. That's interesting. Oh, just push me out of the way. What the... God, you man, you just shove me out of the way and then start jumping around. I love that. It's like, can you just imagine that if a fish who's jumping around behind me goes and hops around and helps her find the way out? That's just wow. Magikarp, you're just too cool. I can't get over it. You're just so awesome. You not only do you know the way out, but you're helping people that you just don't even know. It's awesome. I can't get over that. So let's test out some more of this fancy Headbutt. And Oh, yeah. Well, while I get this fancy Pokemon, Kakuna, I just wanted to mention that, well, some of you might be wondering, after I've caught Poliwag, why am I catching a 7th Pokemon? Well, the simple explanation is that I'll be catching more Pokemon for my team, and rotating my party around every so often to keep things fresh. See? It all makes sense, and it works out. Oh, look, a fancy Pineco. First Pineco of the playthrough! And, of course, speeding this up, because, well, I've never actually... I mean, it's a wild battle, but it kind of takes a while. But then, out of nowhere, I go ahead and do this. Yeah! Yeah, playing with my Wii. When are you ever going to stop throwing Pokeballs around? You know what? Never! Pineco get! And that's Pokemon get number 8. Yeah, I'm going there. You know, Poliwag, then Pineco. It's all going crazy now. What could I possibly catch next? Who knows? So yeah, it was interesting because, well, aside from the fact of what I'm going to name my Pokemon, that's right, I decided to name it Contra. You know, like the game Contra on the NES, because it's kind of like shooting and you go through fortresses and whatnot. So Fortress reminds me of Contra. That's basically what that all is. And this lady gives you a fancy free TM. And, you know, it was interesting because people actually were looking at my team and they're like, you know, playing with Maui, your team's really weak to electric and, you know, your final team doesn't really look so great. Well, the thing is this is not my final team. I'm going to be switching around a whole bunch of times and, you know, having all sorts of fun doing that. So I'm going to save the game. Short part here. That's it for this part of the SoulSilver playthrough. Join me in part 13, where I'll be moving on to Route 34. And, yeah, like I said, short part, but we got plenty of stuff done. Magikarp, what do you think of that? He looks very happy. Well, you know what? So am I, because I've got 8 Pokemon now. And so, that's it. So see you all next time.